gegen illegale Migration.
A fiery debate erupted inside the Bundestag. On Friday, laying bare deep rifts in Germany's political establishment as lawmakers clashed over whether frozen Russian state assets should help bankroll Ukraine's war effort. What began as a policy discussion spiraled into warnings of euro instability, accusations of betrayal, and renewed questions about the EU's proposed reparations loan. The flashpoint was a Greens motion demanding that Russian state assets be made fully available to Kyiv, a step several parties said went far beyond anything legally supported by the EU. SPD MP Johannes Schraps backed efforts by Chancellor Friedrich Merz to explore lawful mechanisms with Belgium, but warned that outright asset transfer remains legally unclear under international law.
Just the day before yesterday, the EU Commission presented very concrete proposals to actually make use of the Russian assets, to use them, while the Greens proposal, as becomes clear from the headline, demands a complete transfer of the assets, which is at least legally unclear under international law and thus very problematic. The EU Commission shows in their proposal how the use could be made legally secure through the model of a so-called reparations loan.
He instead pointed to the EU Commission's reparations loan, which keeps Russian assets frozen while offering Ukraine funds repayable only if Moscow pays reparations, a model aimed at avoiding expropriation and protecting state immunity. But the fiercest pushback came from the AfD's Kyiv, who warned that tapping Russian assets would erode confidence in the euro and trigger capital flight. Accusing Merz of abandoning German interests, he vowed the AfD would never place morality above the law.
Mr. Merz, when he travels to Belgium to break the Belgians' resistance, is no longer concerned with German interests. And there, I think you should all on the left side in Parliament be ashamed, ladies and gentlemen. In this so-called deal, there is nothing for Germany to gain. And again, we will never place morality above the law. Therefore, we reject any access to Russian state assets and the assets of private Russian savers, ladies and gentlemen.
CDU, CSU lawmakers countered that aiding Ukraine is essential for European security, arguing that a Russian victory would send a disastrous signal to NATO's eastern flank and must be prevented by raising the cost of war for Moscow. In the end, caution prevailed. The Bundestag rejected the Greens' proposal by a wide margin, even as Belgium continues to resist the EU's €140 billion plan, exposing widening European fractures over how far the bloc can go to fund Ukraine without destabilizing its own economic and geopolitical balance.